Today we are making Swedish Bullar, a traditional cardamom cinnamon bun made with marzipan. First, let's mix the dry ingredients together. We're going to start with 4.25 cups of flour, 24 grams of yeast, 1 tablespoon cardamom, or 150 grams sugar. This is Dala Hästen, a traditional hand-carved and painted wooden horse that originated in the 17th century and is common in Swedish homes. Now that our dry ingredients are mixed, we're going to heat up the milk with the butter to 130 degrees and then incorporate into the dry ingredients to start our dough. We're now going to warm up our half a liter or 500 ml of milk and 150 grams butter. Don't forget the thermometer. Okay, our temperature has reached 130 or close to 130 and the butter is melted. Time to add into the dry ingredients. Okay, we've mixed our dry ingredients. We've heated up our milk and butter to 130. We're now going to combine, mix, and let it set for a few hours. It smells wonderful. We're going to let the yeast activate, let all that flavor soak in, and this will become the base for our dough. We've mixed all the ingredients, and now we're going to let this sit for 2 to 3 hours. The longer the better, and get it ready for the next steps. We're going to cover the dough now and let it rest. And a fun fact, this cloth was actually my great-grandfather's cloth. His name was Carl Augustus Napoleon, who was in the Swedish military, who was a musician and an equestrian. Okay, it's been almost 3 hours. The dough has had its chance to rise. So let's take a look at the results and see what we're working with here. Oh, wonderful. So as you can see, the dough has risen substantially. It smells wonderful and looks ready to work with. We're going to flour our surface, put the dough on the surface, roll it out. We're going to be spreading the butter, cinnamon, and sugar, and our marzipan. Okay, let's flour our surface. And let's take a look at this beautiful, sweet dough. Oh yes. You want to work the dough a little bit, knead it, get it ready for the rolling. And the dough feels soft, pliable. We're just gonna do some simple folds. Might be a little too much dough on the surface, but that doesn't matter. We can always just take some away. Because the dough is actually perfect. You don't want it too dry, and you don't want it too wet. So as you can see, it has a very nice shape. It's workable. It's still moist, but not too moist. And it's dry, but not too dry. A little flour on top. Now, I find it a lot easier to do an initial push out and shape of where your dough is going to go. Because I also find it easier to have even edges with the dough. You want to make it even. It becomes much easier to work with. And it makes it more efficient when you're cutting the pieces after. So take some time to do it properly. Okay, we are ready to go. Oh, that is just wonderful. The dough is springy, it's soft, it smells wonderful. But this is exactly what you want to see. And we're going to roll this out very thin. Not too thin, but quite thin. We want to get some nice layering going in it. For all of our ingredients, the butter, the cinnamon, the sugar. This is going to take some time. we've rolled out the dough. It's quite even right now. What we're gonna do now is we're gonna lay down our butter. And of course, anything made with butter is good. So we're going to do a nice, generous, very generous layer of butter. And this is going to obviously add taste, texture, flavor, same as taste. And it's going to incorporate the dough much better when it bakes, and it's going to caramelize the sugar, help caramelize the sugar and the cinnamon together. Take the extra time and a healthy amount and cover all the edges. I think that looks good. Now we're gonna start with a nice dousing of our vanilla sugar. This is my house-made vanilla sugar. In fact, Yummy Dummy will be launching its own website soon, where we will be selling specialty baking products, including our artisan vanilla sugar, superfine vanilla sugar. And I make this with a very specific way. It's quite difficult. And we age it for a very long time, and we use organic vanilla beans, vanilla powder, vanilla extract, and soak the vanilla bean in the sugar for a very long time to really get all the aroma and flavor out of the vanilla bean into the sugar. So when it's ready, I'd be happy to share the site with you down the line. It'll be yummydummy.com, and that's coming soon. But for now, let's get our cinnamon in there. We're gonna do a nice amount of cinnamon. Okay, so we've gone heavy here. That's a pretty nice coating of cinnamon. I think I'm happy with this right now. A little more sugar now. It's not quite sweet enough. Now we don't have to go too crazy, because remember, we are going to be adding marzipan as well. Last but not least, the marzipan. Now, marzipan clumps together a little bit, but don't worry about it, because it's going to bake together. Even if it's a little clumpy, it doesn't even matter. And if you have time, you can like the video. That always helps me to make more videos. But I hope you just enjoy it and end up making it, especially to try it. Roll this up. This is going to be the sweet middle for us. So let's go ahead and pinch a little, pull up our top here, and start the process of the roll. And we're gonna get a tight roll in there. Our beautiful bullar waiting to be cut. Now we're going to about just under I'd say about an inch. You don't want to go too big. You can if you'd like to. You can go as big as you'd like, but we're going to be putting these in baking cups. This is wonderful. Look at the edges right there. Look at that. That is beautiful. That is just beautiful. That's exactly what you want to see right there. Fantastic. Place the baking cups. Right, so let's get our bullar into the baking cups now. Oh, look at this. Look at that. That is perfection. And what we have here is our wonderful tray of freshly made bullar. Now, next step, of course, is going to be one of the most important steps, and that is the egg wash. The pearl sugar. We're going to get our oven on. The nice thing about this as well, I don't like to preheat my oven when I bake bullar or any yeast-based dough, because I like the last bit of proofing. After they've been rolled, they've been handled, they lose a little bit of their integrity. So what they're doing right now is they're going to do a secondary proof. Now, you could do this for up to an hour. Since the dough came out so well today, that is not necessary. But right now, an extra 5 minutes, 10 minutes, will reset the dough, allow it to gain its integrity back a little bit while we get our oven up to temperature and the egg wash ready. So everything looks perfect and is ready to go. We have our egg. Let's beat the egg. Let's start egg washing. Now, when you egg wash, try to get the edges. Because if you just do it on the top and leave it, it will not dry out, but the dough becomes a little inconsistent. Don't have to be perfect, but take a little extra time just to go on the edges and give it a little bit of an egg wash. Now I go usually on the top once, and I will come back and do the edges at the end. Our pearl sugar. As you can see, this is a little bit coarser sugar. Now this is optional too. Like I said, you don't have to do this, but we are going to go and put, everyone in my family loves pearl sugar, including myself. I can't get enough of it. I had a few bistros / coffee shops in my lifetime. I used to operate years ago, and funny enough, half my customers would like the pearl sugar and half of them wouldn't like the pearl sugar. So it's definitely a taste, an acquired, I wouldn't call it acquired taste. Some people prefer it, some people don't. Ladies and gentlemen, our ready to bake, delicious Swedish Bullar. And we're going to preheat our oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit, and we're going to be baking them for 10 to 12 minutes. Okay, here's our finished product. As you can see, the Bullar have baked perfectly, wonderfully. They're still very soft. They look absolutely delicious. They smell delicious. Let's take a look inside of them. Oh, that's wonderful. Beautiful cinnamon layers, marzipan, pearl sugar on top. Absolutely delicious. Next stop, my belly. Thank you for watching. Have a wonderful day.